Marriage, it means like coming of two person into a relationship, a permanent relationship bound by law, right? It is a general understanding about the marriage. So if we try to understand this marriage or the institution of marriage, so definitely it is a social understanding, a social norm, we can say, right? So I know definitely it means like coming out two-person together to for a future oriented goal, or like a future successful life, or a future hope of like offspring, right? So it is a general understanding. So am I saying like the marriage means like coming of two-person into a relation, coming of two souls into assimilation for love, or coming of two what you can say individuals to become one? Well, it does not mean marriage in general understanding, because if you try to understand this thing, so definitely the coming together of two-person to become one soul, it is in general basic understanding about a love relation, right? A relation of love. Well, a relation of love is not a marriage, right? A relation of love is our emotion. Definitely love, as we know that it's our very powerful emotion. So due to that powerful emotions, if we come together, get due to attraction, or what you can say affection toward each other, we come together and form a relationship, that is called our relation of love. And the relation of love, definitely it's not just for our physical need. Physical need for sure is there, but not only physical need. It means like being intimate with each other, with our feeling, with our emotion, with our sharing, or we, what you can say, to become one with two different to become one soul in two different bodies, we can say, right? So that's the definition of love. So if you try to understand, because marriage is also somewhere like a rounding around this particular definition. Over here also two persons are coming together to form a relationship, or definitely in over here also it's for the assimilation, or what you can say physical intimacy. But marriage is a commitment. Over here this commitment is guaranteed by law, right? So if you are signed into a contract which is guaranteed by law, so that contract is like a marriage is that kind of contract. But love relation is just a person's intimate feeling, a person's inner feeling, right? There is no guarantee of love, there is no signing of contract, there is no, what you can say, a permanency of relation. It is just due to the feeling or the emotion what we have toward the other person, or the other person have toward us, right? So when these two person come definitely with our contract, or these what you can say with our guarantee of law, so this particular relation guaranteed by law is called the marriage. So definitely marriage also has similarity with love, because with the love we were sharing our physicality with our emotions, our feelings, the all things. But same it goes with marriage as well. But marriage is guaranteed by law, right? And when we try to understand this marriage scenario, why marriage is even important? Because marriage, if you understand, because people could live a normal life with just with the love relation, a relation of love, right? So why we need contract in the first place? So this is a big question, right? Why we have to bind ourselves into that particular contract? If we can, we are free to love other, if we are free to live with other with our emotion of love, right? So if you try to understand the merit institution, so it is not like today's thing. Since our since when humans were hunters or gatherers, like that, yeah, what you can say, stone age type. So since that time, this thing has become a norm in society, which somehow guaranteed the survival of society, definitely. Well, when we see then two that time two tribes used to come together and used to what you can say bind into a relation due to the marriage, due to the contract of marriage. Over here there was the guarantee of what you can say fulfilling the commitment of that relation in future. So due to this it became a norm in society. Slowly this norm, the foundation of marriage, made into a family. So I know law, as we, our society developed, so we developed the law as well, right? Because first our society developed, then developed the law. Law was not the first, right? First we had society. So what kind of society was there, how society was living, so same we had to form law according to that available society, or the to fulfill that available society's mean, right? So if we went forward and we went with those same what you can say what same whatever rituals we had, whatever commitment or whatever system we had in our society, so we carried forward with law, because law was formed to support them, so law is guaranteeing them today as well, right? Same marital institution as I'm saying today, so it also is like origin of past. And to protect that merit institution, that law which is created, that's also origin of the past, because it has been carried forward. So as people are coming with their feeling of love, or what you can say with their emotion of love with each other, for their intimacy, for sharing of each and every single thing, so the validity of merit institution has become somewhere like blur, or I shall say it sounded like something of primitive thing. Because when we have our free will to live, free will to love, free will to live our life, so definitely that time we do not need anything called enforcement by law, a relationship enforced by law. Because why we even need a what you can say a institution which is enforced by law to come to become a physical intimate, to have a relationship? Because when we can do that in normally, right, it sounds something of primitive thing, right? But as we see, definitely today sound a primitive thing, but merit institution has played a very important role. Because in past there are, when we see around the world, every single person, every single couple, I shall say, every single couple is not that kind of intimate with each other. They did not have that kind of feeling of love, they did not have that kind of emotion of love with each other. But since they came with what you can say a foundation of marriage, so this foundation of marriage made them what you can say committed toward a particular relationship. Because love, okay, today we are feeling love, but there is no guarantee that we'll feel the same kind of love, same kind of affection after 5 years, after 10 years, right? But a marriage institution, once you sign that, so definitely you, until you are inside that contract, you have to be committed. Because otherwise that's enforced by law, so law has its own course to take if you are not following, right? So you have to follow until you are under inside that contract. So you have to follow each and every single thing of that contract to make this relationship a successful relationship. Definitely there is available mean of divorce, but divorce is also seen as like a breaking of contract. It is a big thing, right? When we are going into a contract named as marriage, so breaking that contract is divorce, which is also a big thing, because people are not, and that's not an easy path even. If you go for divorce, so definitely it takes time. It's not like just okay, I love you, we break up. It's not like that kind of thing. Not a what you can say a work of a sentence. It's like a full legal procedure you have to go through, right? So it's a very hard to go into a relation called marriage and breaking a relation called divorce. It's very hard, very hard. So due to the hardship, there are many persons who better prefer to live happily inside a relationship which is what you can say enforced by law named as marriage. So why this contract, or why this what you can say the law was even created in the first place? So the basic necessity when it came up, so because love today we might have the relation, I'm not questioning the emotion of love. Definitely if you have that emotion of love, so you live with that, that's a very beautiful emotion. When you a person is not feeling in love, because today we are in love, but there is no guarantee like after 5 years, after 10 years we will be in love, I already said, right? But a marriage, you will have to be committed with each other until you are inside that contract. And as those contracts are pressurized with our society, with our family, so it's a very what you can say very hard, it's a very hard or sound a very impossible kind of thing to break that relation like very casually. It's not possible, right? It's a possible, so you will have to go for a full legal procedure, and which is definitely you will have to make other known about those things, what's going on, right? And hardly there are many people so who literally don't have this kind of courage, don't want to face society, or don't want to face their families in this kind of condition. So over here marriage create like a what you can say a more strong foundation for a successful relation than just a casual love. Casual love, I'm not against. I'm very, very, very supportive of this casual love. But marital institution, we shall not go against this as well. Because marital institution, definitely, as I said, because our society, each and every single relationship over here is not just based on love, right? Love is definitely over there, but love is the not what you can say is not main force for any marriage or any relationship in our society today. So if those relationships are not just motivated by love, so definitely they are motivated by their contract or due to some other reasons. So over here, contract becomes a more important to make a relationship stable, right? And the love, if your relationship is bound by love, so you are the best couple, I shall say. You are the most beautiful couple on earth whose relationship is bound with love. Please protect this and then never let go without any reason or without even the with whatever reason it is. Try to sort out. Never let go. Okay? Very beautiful relation. And over here, if you are into this kind of relation, still your life is going, but you have always a free will. Never forget that. You are human and you have full right to live like a human. Does not matter whatever society thinks or however society thinks. Because after all this, whatever norms are there, whatever institutions are there, they are created by we ourselves, right? Because the creator did not create us a person to go and meet with a particular person, that person only, right? Because okay, people might say that yes, marriage is like created by heaven or something like creator, but I don't believe in those things. What happens, because the person, as I said, love, last time I already explained in my video. If you did not watch, so you can go and watch about love. So in love, I already explained that a person's a relation, a love is a person's a person's what you can say finding for self. Because the more self we find in other, so the more close we are with that person, the more intimate we feel about that person, right? So that's like that deep love we can feel with them, the deep foundation we can feel with them, right? So same it's with our this institution, merit institution. Over here, if you don't have any foundation of love, so definitely still that's a contract, and you are into that contract, so you will have to live until that contract is in force, right? You will have to live your life with that contractor. And yes, you always have a free will. Never forget about. I'm not against this institution of marriage. If society is moving forward with this institution, support of this institution, so I can't, what you can say, go against it. Because whatever society is, whatever our system is, I know it can be improved, but I'm not totally against it. After whatever it is, at least a society is moving forward with a stability, right? And the love, definitely it's a future to go. You will have to think, not today, so tomorrow. And you have full right to think, to live. And yes, there are a lot thing to do in this, because progress you will have to make over here as well. Just a feeling or emotion, feeling of love is not all about a future's relation. Because when you go into a relation, you have many things. You have to look after, what you can say, you will have to give birth to your offspring. You will have to nurture them. You will have to look after them. You have to take their responsibility. And to become a responsible is not a very easy thing. If you are a person who can show responsibility, so definitely you can go with love. Otherwise, contract is very important thing. Because when we are not, what you can say, sometimes we tend to go lazy, or sometimes we tend to not become a little irresponsible toward the responsibilities. But in those kind of conditions, this, what you can say, this contract to save us. That time probably love is not the thing what will save, the contract will save. But yes, if we are wholly and solely just for the sake of this contract, there is no love in that. So definitely life is miserable with this as well, right? We have to keep in our mind, I'm not against this institution of marriage, neither I'm against this what you can say, this system of love. I shall say this much only. Why to not balance? Why to not balance? Because sometime, okay, I totally deeply agree that yes, love is a thing what makes us one. What's supposed to be the main, what you can say, the glue between our two personalities? Love. And when this love is, as of now, it's creating the relationship, it's forming this beautiful relationship. So definitely we need little guarantee, at least not too much enforced by law, but little guarantee to keep it moving forward. After all, we need a successful society, right? And a successful society will become then only when we have a successful relationship, a successful couple who are happily willing to produce their offspring, right? Because after all, they are tomorrow's generation. So our species will move forward like this only, right? So keep in your mind, always have love, and then try to have little support of law. So if you try to meet these two things, a relationship very beautiful, glued by our love and a little tied by our law, right? So I'm sure with today's discussion, I know there would be many persons who must be having a different opinion, because these are my raw opinion. I'm not imparting anything on you. You have your free own understanding how things are. My work is just to put things forward, how I understand about things and how it's supposed to be normally, right? And after that, I leave on you. You just think how you feel about and what you understand. It's your own right to think about this, because after all, it's a very big topic. I know we just discussed in like our 10-15 minute, whatever it is, but if you try to understand this full system of the relationship or the system of marriage, it's a very huge topic, a very huge thing to discuss about. We shall think these things, we shall discuss these things in our open society, right? And I'm sure I gave little insight into, or at least what you can say, kindled a little thought inside you after that about this thing, about this marital institution or about the relationship of love. And if I did, so please like this video. And yeah, if you did not subscribe, do that, because this channel is all about these things. There are many beautiful things you can go and check out on this channel. And yes, if you still are disagreeing with me due to some reason, probably because as I put my things, my topic forward, that put my, what you can say, thinking, or the way how I think, how I understand. So definitely everyone can't support me. Everyone can't be agree with me. If you are disagree, if you are literally do not agree whatever I'm saying, so please use comment section to give your opinion. So it would be great help for me, or at least it will clear little my understanding about the thing, right? After all, this word is all about like exploring and understanding. If the more we explore, the more we understand, so the better life it is, right? And yes, thank you for your precious time. By then, please take care.